Hey guys, it's Nessa, and I know John did another video taking out these Inglot eyeshadows using a metal toothpick. So in this video, I'm going to show you the most popular method, which is removing the Inglot eyeshadows using a very strong magnet. Now, when I first got the Inglot eyeshadows, if you've watched my iMats haul, I personally had no clue how to take these suckers out. I was totally baffled. I actually put a couple eyeshadows in, and then I was like, wait a minute, how am I even going to get it out? And I was kind of panicking because I was like, there's just no way you can get this out, and I wasn't even going to attempt to try to take it out by any other means, because if you look closely, the space is just too tight between the pen and the palette itself, and I didn't want to risk cracking the eyeshadows. I did use a needle, with the 10 eyeshadow palette that I got when I found out that a couple of my other girlfriends were, that's what they used. But then I found out that the needle would, was too thin, it would bend, and it just wasn't strong enough to pull the whole pan out safely without, cracking the eyeshadow or scratching the surface and denting your eyeshadow and just making a complete mess. So I pretty much picked up a 2-pack magnet from Lowe's, which is a hardware store, or you can definitely check out Home Depot or even Walmart. And as you can see, it's pretty thick. It's a good size for the eyeshadows. Some of them were a little bit too small or round, and I didn't think that they would pick it up efficiently. So again, this was like a 2-pack at Lowe's for like $2. And I'm going to show you right now how I take out the eyeshadows really quickly, especially if you want to look at the color, because the color, the shade is at the bottom of the palettes on the Inglot eyeshadows, or even if you want to switch them out or whatnot. So pretty much I just take the magnet, put it over the eyeshadow, and as you can see, it just sucked it right up. And in case you're wondering, oh, that ruins the eyeshadow, it actually doesn't. If you look closely, there's no makeup at all on the magnet, and the pan is perfectly intact. Any smudging you see there is pretty much just my finger, so it has nothing to do with the magnet, and it's pretty safe. If you look closely on the pans itself, the product's not filled to the brim, so the metal part's a little bit more raised, so that when it actually is on the magnet, it's kind of like, think of it like a U shape, where it's only touching the the top part of the metal pan, but not the eyeshadow itself. So it definitely by far is the safest and quickest method of taking out your Inglot eyeshadows carefully without damaging it. So again, I mean, you could pretty much just pop them out like that with the magnet. They just come off really easily, and again, they don't damage the eyeshadow pans at all, and it's pretty nifty in comparison to the old method that I was doing, trying to pop them out with a tiny safety pin. And you could definitely take two out at the same time if you wanted to, and it's such a time saver, because it would take me literally like 3 minutes just to pull out one pan. But I know that a lot of people were saying or suggesting to try taking them out using these small magnets that were on the lid, but I noticed watching YouTube videos that that method was more effective with the smaller Inglot eyeshadows that were round, which, by the way, are being discontinued. From what the makeup artist at the Newport Beach store was telling me, they're actually going to be discontinued, so they're only going to be carrying these square eyeshadow palettes. But the problem with this is that it's just not strong enough. No matter where I try to angle it and pick it up, it just was not budging. And I think because the square eyeshadows are just heavier in weight, that it's just not a strong enough magnet. As you can see, it's really tiny to lift these up. And not only that, I just think that by trying to pick it up this way, I mean, I would just be fearful of trying to scratch the surface with the corner of the lid, which obviously kind of defeats the purpose of, preventing your eyeshadows from being ruined. So definitely check out your local hardware store and pick up these heavy duty magnets, because they will make your life so much easier when it comes to these Inglot eyeshadows and pulling them out of their palette. So that's pretty much it. I hope that was helpful, and thanks for watching.